Oh my God. Can relate.
You're outdated. Armand told the truth. This video is sponsored by DC Studios Showcase, the official podcast. More on them very soon. Hello, bloodsuckers of the Reject Nation. We're here to continue. Finally, it's here. The Vampire Lestat. Roxy, what are you looking forward to most about the show?
Well, I was not allowed / was encouraged not to watch the trailer, so I know nothing about who is in this and what is happening. So I'm excited to find out what time period of Lestat's life we're in, if this is a Lestat and Louis story at all, if Claudia was really saved per my prediction that was absolutely not true, that I'm still holding on to hope, all of that. How about you?
I'm looking forward to just more of Sam Reid, I want to say his name. Yeah. He's been doing like podcasts and stuff. I've kind of been avoiding them, but I want to like finish the show so I can start listening because I just don't want anything like ruined for me in advance.
Yeah, you're
Guy's
very
British.
concerned about spoilers for the show.
Yeah, he's British. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. It ruins the mystique. That's why I don't want to hear podcasts. All right, let's do it.
So, Mr. Dulac, how long have you been dead?
The year was 1910.
What exactly is the nature of your relationship with my brother, Monsieur Lioncourt?
They really are going way back.
Paris was an awakening for Louis.
Paris was many things in those days.
I hope Armand is never to be seen again.
I could feel the movement of air with his movement, breath on the back of my neck. We were on trial for murder.
Interesting they included Are You Schizophrenic Louis as part of it.
You saved Louis.
Banishment.
But not
Liar.
her.
But not her. Unless.
I shouldn't have left you alone with him.
Make it up to me. We'll do a follow-up book.
I'm companion enough for myself now.
I'm sorry I don't have much time. I'm in the middle of rehearsing.
What year do you think we're starting in?
I'm going on tour. Just need about 50 more years of practice.
Didn't we end in the modern day?
What year do you think we're starting in? The
2015.
Vampire Lestat.
New intro.
Oh, very punk.
Sam Reid gets top billing now. Wow, it's like a whole new aesthetic.
That felt like Yellow Jackets. Weird.
It's so glitter. Not even a chapter title.
But our same classic score.
Yeah, so I'm also rich. Oh, this back is looking like Snake Plissken.
Like what?
Snake Plissken. It's a very popular Kurt Russell character.
Okay.
We wish to reiterate that the anonymity that you have granted us will be given to you individually.
Starting off with them.
Master recordings of the complete works of the Vampire Lestat de Lioncourt.
Oh, they're auctioning off their shit.
His 2025 self-titled album, The Vampire Lestat. Original handwritten scores and private recordings by the Vampire Lestat himself, which include a song cycle in the classical vein set to the poetry of Baudelaire.
Weird. It doesn't burn.
I think this is what Lestat requested.
EUN. Sold to the gentlewoman in the third row of good spirit.
Yes, I'm rich. I'm rich. I'm rich.
Lot number 2, a music box curated by the Vampire Lestat himself in 1978.
Cool design.
Inside a Rosner and Zunmott turntable with Biolab 90 speakers.
Ooh.
Temperature-controlled wine cabinets, one Newport 1863 port wine, the other with a magnum of blood from the curator himself.
Magnus blood.
A singular vinyl pressing of the complete works of the Vampire Lestat de Lioncourt, previously delineated.
All my money.
The collection has been named The Failures. We will begin the bidding at 50 million yuan.
I want to explore that.
If you are hearing this now, you must be a very privileged individual. You could have fed a small nation for years while they paved over the rubble. For I could and should have ended it there. My tour, my hedonistic pursuit of extremity. The regretful dead and the traumatized still alive would be somewhere other than they are today. And I am not saying that the attempted extinction of the Y chromosome across the continents was all my fault. Now that would suggest a level of self-importance even I'm not comfortable with. But upon reflection, it was the spring of 2025.
Armand, don't piss me off.
A good nation was making itself great again.
Damn right.
My pretty baby, I got long fan.
Damn.
There was Larry, the front man, made side man, choking his guitar neck nightly, wishing it was mine. Brother Alex, the more talented seedling, straight-edged and half the fun.
Looks like a Jonas brother, for real.
Salamander, bassist, dumb. Shockingly dumb.
Just dumb.
And TC, the abandoned bride of a dozen should-have-died in art school bands, keeping us all in the dirty pocket.
Damn, look at that core.
We drop songs on the streams and booked intimate venues to induce what Jen Snooze called FOMO.
Welcome to Detroit.
Lovely city.
Your song sucks.
Thank you for the feedback.
Just because you want to suck him doesn't mean his song sucks.
Whoa, that's so cool. What an awesome shot. He's humping.
No, he had like jizz on his.
Was it? I didn't notice.
Coming out of his pants.
Oh, I didn't notice.
What am I saying?
You're not in Corvallis. Who's the pen?
But it's funny
By
because it's
the
blood
what?
and I'm a vampire. Our band shell was Christine Clare. She hired, fired, dictated, and castrated with extreme prejudice. We want the car.
No.
We'll be good.
Corvallis.
Yeah.
Dude, I like him in black and white.
A little draining both ways. You'll have to guess who gets the fangs and who gets the vodka bottle.
Awesome.
Missing a contact again.
What?
Now you'd think a 54 city rock tour would be a wonderful cover for a blood drink.
Wow.
His name was Jarda Klepek, and the Albanian gangsters Christine hired to find my doppelganger found him working construction in the Czech Republic.
Oh, funny.
I hunted this way and we sent him that way, and every sad photograph uploaded to Reddit or Discord of Jarda eating up tuna melt by himself.
Reddit.
And I've only myself to blame for the timing, having locked us in an attic for a year plus perfecting our sound. The sound I hope would counter Mr. Dulac's portrayal of me as Most of humanity moved on from vampires, and rather quickly. Congratulations, now go make friends. I am the Vampire Lestat. I am a god, are not swiped.
The Contessa.
Ah. Oh my god.
Idiot.
Great show.
Two different visual languages.
Figured Spotify some T-Rex and drag a little Oneg from Dr. Fareed. Good here, same diff.
I am not.
Crazy, they're interacting.
You and Louis talking again? He doesn't return my texts or my telepathy. The electric light, penicillin, 2 world wars, the atomic bomb, the moon landing, the Berlin
Joy
Wall.
Chestnut.
What?
The hot dog eater. Yeah.
Having accumulated profound wisdom and experience through the dark gift of immortality.
Chestnut, call out.
Why have you chosen to waste it singing music no one wants to hear in pants no one should ever squeeze into?
Disagree. Hard disagree.
Absurd.
Oh, as absurd as a documentary about a rock band posing as vampires fronted by an actual vampire.
Directed by a vampire passing as a human.
He wants to be interviewed by him.
You tell him, Fareed.
Is it true you were a
Lies upon
stutterer as a
lies.
child?
Really?
Louis said you were.
I don't remember that.
Was I in the room when Donizetti wrote Don Pasquale? Impossible, because I had buried myself underground for the vast majority of the 1800s.
I wrote what he told me.
Whoa.
I love being a vampire, and can you drop the fledgling speak and spell?
The dark, dreary, industrial world. Someone told everyone that Lululemon was sexy. Facts are irrelevant. Feels are everything.
Shade to Lulu.
And the value of human life, it has never been more arbitrary. No more safe spaces. It's my era now.
Wild. So wild.
You played an 800-seat venue. How is it your era?
I'm vain and shallow and fear an empty seat. Ask me an easy one.
Ooh.
Is it true your band was formed on Halloween?
Was that not an easy one?
You were listening to The Failures, Album 2, Side B.
B-side, let's go.
What do you think?
It's nice.
Oh, no way.
I don't see Beyonce covering it, but
It's nice.
Speaking of Beyonce.
Nice is nothing.
It's nice.
Nice is a balloon.
That you're back writing music.
A flower box
it's
is nice.
Oh my God, when he said balloon. I hate when that happens.
Same potholes, but no hurricanes, no witches. Everyone mangles French just like you do.
Where did he say Detroit?
Montreal.
Montreal.
Mangles French.
Yeah, he was.
There's baggage here. Besides, there's an Olmsted Park nearby if I get homesick.
That iPad's responding to everything he's saying.
And there's a garage band rehearsing across the street who call themselves, of all things, Satan.
Satan's Night Out?
Out. Satan's Night Out.
Finish your sentence, dude.
Makes sense.
Louis, do you know someone called Daniel Molloy?
Oh.
You've known for a month, and you talk about me in it to Immortal?
Well, yeah, but, you know...
Oh, so cool.
Explain yourself.
It's gonna be here and gone in a minute. No one reads anymore.
Lestat, il est genre, whatever.
100%.
Mais Armand,
This is the flashback after asking about Halloween.
je le lécherai. Complètement wild, ce livre-là.
Oh, no, this other guy is.
Tu veux-tu devenir membre? Il y a 10% de...
No, thank you!
Well, especially if you feel like you're reading lies about yourself.
I know what infinitesimal means. It was raining.
It was raining.
You see all the tabs and highlight? This is incredible. Okay, so this is the night the band forms.
Maybe he gets the Satan group.
Your camera is not period correct.
Needs to express itself.
Come on, Larry.
This is in 1979, but Gothic is not there.
You don't need to finger her for 5 bars. You're hurting her. Apologies for the Esquire. My man Natura will come in the morning with a replacement and a new front door. More frequent showers.
Oh my God.
What was the question again?
Why music?
Hey!
Why now?
Dude, that was sick.
That was so rock and roll.
We're doing a rewrite. The songs are my story. Your documentary, the liner notes.
Liner notes? I won 2 Pulitzers. I'm taking this thing to Cannes.
Ooh.
I'm gonna be slapping Chris Rock and stroking my Oscar.
The brat sings, the brat dies.
Oh my God.
من مشکلامو تو آوازهاش میشنم.
Él canta para ellos.
Oh, there's a debate happening.
He said, come and find me. Here I am. Minibar is vodka and feminine products called tampons.
I got real life.
His actual lyrics.
2 nights in a row, my violin competing with his guitar for the solo break. 2 centuries waiting to share my music.
Ooh.
As Mr. Dulac's B-movie brooked. But just as I was about to bridge the bridge with murder and mayhem.
What?
My music wrapped itself around me like a jungle snake constricting its prey.
Huh.
Memories taking their turn. Blood in. Blood out.
Is this Magnus?
Hammering away at the performative vampire persona I had welded into armor. The armor cracked. The bridge buckled.
Panic attack.
It was I who had been holding us back, exposed in the raw. My bandmates began to feed. A euphoric grottiness spilling into the crowd, into their bodies, enveloping the venue.
Huh.
Oh, fans on stage. Feet rock and roll, baby.
Do it.
Which one of you's OD'd before? What do you do?
What did she take?
Not her.
What the hell were you doing?
Oh no. The mirroring.
I can't die.
Everything dies. You die, I die, she dies. Oh, he dies bad.
Oh my god. Hate that for us.
Why are you so sad? Thousands of fans loving you.
I want millions.
Of course you do. Can relate.
I want millions.
Yes, we do, Greg.
They coming.
Who's coming?
Great show tonight.
Who?
Oh, cool.
You are listening to The Failures, Album 5, Side B.
Oh, he's been puking all night.
Never play 2 nights in Detroit. You'll wind up in Windsor with a broken orbital bone listening to transactional through the adjoining walls.
Tell that to Eminem.
Literally moves.
Now, the boutique hotel we were staying at was having a grandish opening that night, and the band was asked to lend its celebrity status to the event. A lot of things happened that night.
Oh my god. Come
on! I'm giving the Paps my pussycat, with no idea that I would be in a fang fight less than an hour later. No.
Oh my god.
I'm getting ahead of myself again.
State your name for the camera.
Baby Jinx.
Okay, baby. Tell me,
Okay, baby.
why do you like the Vampire Lestat?
Like I'm gonna be in the movie?
Oh, you're in it now.
I am feeling good. It's rock and roll, you know?
They walk into the ER, they are like the doctor. And Lestat's the scalpel.
I'm the scalpel printed t-shirts.
Man, he's having a traumatic convergence of time.
Didn't read about vampire physiology in Mr. Dulac's memoir, did you? No mention of the scars on my chest either.
Yeah, that I've been thinking about that.
I mean, these are the editorial wags of an insane person. Note to self, edit that out in the final version. Starting again. Vampires pee, and we generally avoid eco-friendly urinals.
Oh my god.
Meet in
Meet in Kalamazoo. I got it. Put your drunk goggles on, Greg. Oh, vamps.
Name's Tim. She's Russ.
There, Russ.
Pronouns.
There, Russ.
And yet it's respectful, like silence at a urinal.
He's got a bit crossed. We have a coven out here in Detroit.
Do you?
The Fang Gang.
Nice.
Vampire bar, come with us. We have a huge house out past Bragmore.
Sure, what about tomorrow night?
Oh my god.
Eco-friendly urinals. Good for vampires. We Chardonnay them.
Huh?
And then there's regional vampires. Please do send my most sincere bonjour to your bright Moorish coven.
Oh.
Lilac.
Oh my god.
You fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. A and D are excellent.
Very common saying. I say it all the time.
I saw your soul.
I saw yours too.
Ooh, they want a little scrap with the scalpel. No worries, I thought I had the Queen's blood in me. I could take 20 regionals at once with the Queen's blood. So I thought about having Christine. And then I thought, that's all the way upstairs.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm the scalpel. What does the scalpel do between here and upstairs?
That's interesting that he can get this messed up.
There's the petit coup, the little drink, the sip. And after those 3 is to have...
Oh.
You know that I was going to say this is what I was looking for from the show. More.
I'm getting married in a week. I'll never forget you.
Get married. All right.
Maybe they're open.
No vampire shall ever reveal his or her true nature to a mortal.
The Tooth Team.
The Tooth Team.
The Fang Gang.
Hello there.
I killed a pack of wolves when I was immortal. I'll most likely tell you about that later as I let it define me for a time.
Hallway fight.
The drug blood in my legs and the distracting past my music had unleashed on me put me at a momentary disadvantage.
I'm in charge of my work-life balance.
Oh no.
I was just singing my songs and my food and defending myself from the vibrant life choices I had made.
Oh no.
on my way from the Auvergne countryside to the 8th floor of this Why Bother hotel.
Oh my God, they needed so much footage for this.
We are the children of the darkness reborn.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You're outdated. Armand told the truth.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Oh my God.
There was an after party on the floor.
I like to think I was owed the reinforcements.
No way, Molloy.
Dan and the oddly familiar DJ. But that's me looking back on it now.
The DJ was on that play.
Consider this sliding door of Dan.
Bloodshed lens.
Devour my words.
And people will know the truth now.
It's hard hiding you're a god.
You're for real?
CCTV.
Oh my God.
Talamasca dragged me into that.
And once you reveal yourself, you have to be on all the time.
Nice.
And remember every face you've ever met. And everywhere you go, everyone remembers the thing they said to you in the room that you shared.
Yeah, wow.
Were you a stutterer as a child?
This is why gods prefer hiding in the clouds. There's nothing there.
Whoa.
After the song Unleash the Muses, after I saw my first soul, after I was nearly decapitated in a boutique hotel hallway.
Oh my God.
But I was saved from such rational thought. Love will do that to you. Ma chère.
Oh my God.
I got myself into something I can't get out of. Music's opened up the batch oven, and I'm not sure
Gotta
if
be
I
Louis,
can
right?
close it again.
Oh my God.
I'm not really at my best, but it's very nice to see you again. I like what you've done with your hair, Mike.
Oh.
Mike.
You called her mon cher, though.
I assume a privileged individual such as yourself enjoys a little dirt in their sandwich, so I serve it to you now. How it felt then, fledgling, lover,
Mother.
Not his, just, I don't know.
Well, hell yeah. Reject Nation, we're back with another shout out for DC Studio Showcase, the official podcast. Of course, co-starring fellow Reject Coy Jandro. I actually just finished watching their episode with Millie Alcock, where they're, of course, talking about Supergirl. And to me, it is a perfect example of what makes Frankie and Coy such a great pair. Because as a lot of you guys know, Coy brings that sharp comic and film knowledge, deep trivia, heady analysis, energetic vibe, masculinity. While Frankie, she brings this like empathy and sincerity and emotional connection. And it's this balance of intellect and empathy that I really feel like makes their interviews special. Often two different yet similar perspectives that truly respect each other. And so to have this DC Studios podcast that covers everything for like DC for the comic, films, and TV shows, to have these two at the helm, I think is just such a great pick. And like last season, they had huge guests like the cast of Superman, James Gunn, and Jim Lee. And now, of course, with Millie Alcock already out, season 2 is going to be stacked. They got more coming from Supergirl. They got Clayface, Lanterns. So you can expect interviews from like Supergirl director Craig Gillespie and, of course, Lobos, Jason Momoa, where they're going to be sharing on-set stories, personal insights, and how they bring these characters to life, plus surprise guests popping in all season long. So you can check out the DC Studios Showcase on the official HBO Max YouTube channel using this QR code here on screen or the link in the description box and pinned comment. And you can listen on HBO Max or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes drop every other Friday, so subscribe so you do not miss one. That's DC Studios Showcase, wherever you get your podcasts. Guys, we just watched the Vampire Lestat. Thank you so much for everyone who waited patiently with us. Hopefully we'll get a proper schedule. We don't know really what the upload schedule will be, but we'll figure it out. We're figuring it out as we go. So thank you guys for being here. And thanks to all the patrons who supported us through season 1 and season 2 of this wonderful series. There you can get the full reaction, watch along, where you sync it with your own copy. We're watching the top Prime Video right now, where if you have an AMC or AMC Plus subscription, it comes out Sunday midnight. So right when Saturday becomes Sunday, it comes out on AMC.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know.
Yeah, I found that out the other day. And then 6 p.m. it airs PST, California. Anyway, I'm promoting a streaming service unnecessarily. Roxy, I'll go to you first. You were like, this is so different, and you seemed horny. How are you feeling?
Did I?
How are you feeling?
I think it's accurate. I feel like I said, oh my God, 4,000 times, but it's so interesting. I'm so glad that I don't want to say forced, but really did force me not to watch that trailer.
Okay.
Because this was not, I get why it's called The Vampire Lestat and not Interview with the Vampire. Like, it's the same show. It's a different show, though. And it was so fun to be modern day, switch over to finally seeing Lestat with Daniel, switch formats so we're not sitting down in this long interview in Dubai, like away from everybody, but we're in the thick of it. We're in the heart of it. And we can't flash forward. We can only flash back. And to be with Lestat and have our timeline kind of confused because first we're with Daniel, but then we go back without saying we're going back to figure out how we got Daniel, and we go back to Halloween, and we're messing things around. And then we're watching Lestat try to place his timeline as he doesn't know when or where or what, because not only is he a vampire, not only does he have a lot of trauma, but he's also got drugs involved, and that will make you certainly rearrange things in your head. All of that, I'm like, I feel guilty because for 5 minutes of this episode, I was like, am I going to be into this season?
Oh.
And then I was like, how dare I question them? This is like everything that a third season should be. Keeps you on your toes, changes up perspective, don't know what's real, what's not. Brilliant job by them in this first episode back. Really into it. How about you?
I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
I was into it right away. That was like, boom, this is like a rock and roll documentary. This is like Almost Famous with vampire,
Don't remind me about Almost Famous. We had a whole thing recently about that. You and I love Almost Famous.
I feel like Molloy, like that reporter dude who's like brought on tour to monitor, and then they're making a documentary, and it keeps the themes going of like, what is true, what is the real, like unreliable narrators. Perspectives matter. I love the humor because the first two seasons is all obviously from Louis' perspective, so that adopts an incredibly different tone because they're trying to paint a very specific narrative to Molloy, and he's unpacking truths. And it seems like we're doing something similar here with Lestat because sometimes something happens where it causes this type of vulnerable exposure. So I love how he kind of goes into shock and then forms this band to try to take control of a situation as he's just like crumbling. Agreed. And he's got a much darker sense of humor. He's more, what's the fucking adjective for it? He's more that vampire who likes to get down and dirty and have some fun. And he's obviously an escapist when it comes to his emotions, despite being around for so long. So when he's doing the drugs and everything, it's a hodgepodge of different timelines and trauma all sort of converging into one while trying to like maintain control of this narrative simultaneously, and then seeing how he can take advantage and redesign this image that it's like no one even knows who Lestat is. But this book fucks him up so much that he feels the need to like reclaim his name. It's just so silly, but I love it. I think the style is really cool.
But I get why the book would mess him up that much.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah,
you're
totally.
reading about your life
totally.
and somebody's claiming something that's not true or not how you recall it, and they did it without your permission, and you already have a complicated past with them. And I would just when he's spiraling, I was like, oh my God, regular breakups are hard.
Yeah.
Let alone, oh God, the way that I related to him in that moment, because as somebody who has an ex who put out an album about me that was so fucking false, and you're like listening to it and you're just like, how is that your take on what happened?
Yeah.
How? I'm obsessed with, for anybody who's ever like been confused about how a situation went down, and then they're like, wait, and then you start questioning yourself. Just this was so, I can't believe I'm calling the show relatable, but like, and then the spiral of being like, what happened first? And again, anybody who's like gotten mixed up in messiness, allegedly whatever in their past, like it kind of gets confusing sometimes.
Definitely.
This is so spot on.
I could see how you could relate with it.
For real. I was like, oh my God, I love this man.
Yeah. Well, I love his sardonic. I love his cynicism of today, because the show also, because of the time period, and it's Lestat who's been such, vampires are observant, and you usually get kind of that humorous observation from Molloy, but he doesn't really like get into the trenches and participate. He's not an active participant, whereas Lestat is an active participant amongst society in the way in whatever way he does it. But I love all the modern day commentary that he has about people and algorithms and the way just the way everyone seems to function. And
TikTok.
It's like, yeah, he recognized the falsities of it all, and he knows how to take advantage of it. Like he literally finds a way to climb to like super massive stardom, because he understands the way the world works so well.
But not the same level as Jelly Roll. I want millions of followers, like
yeah.
I love that. I love that moment too. And it's interesting because I think even like another relatable factor of this is, Greg, like for my and your generation who came up without social media, and then there was obviously the huge wave of social media. Imagine him. He's been around for 200 and whatever years.
Yeah.
Like to watch the way society is now and then to have to placate and adapt.
Yeah.
Especially if like now everybody who wants fame, okay, and he's always wanted fame, but just in a different kind of way. Like to go from being on stage in Paris, that kind of fame, to this and like trying to figure that out. Oh my God, it must be such a mind trip. I'm so excited for this season. I do hope one thing though.
What?
Lestat and Louis in the same room. We had so much last season, no Lestat and Louis.
Oh,
Are we going to go all season sans Lestat and Louis?
I think we definitely will. Oh, I think this world is so interesting because in season 2, it was so much about Louis grieving Lestat, and you feel that loss of Louis. Whereas like here we know that they even start off with like the auction, and Louis is still in connection with Lestat.
Totally. Thank goodness for that.
Yeah. There's still, I mean, before the book comes out, but it seems like that probably causes a rift between them in some way. And so it's like it's not really I didn't really feel myself missing Louis in this episode. I agree that I think we will get there.
Yeah, I was totally fine with the amount this episode. I'm just curious because we didn't see the trailer.
Yeah.
Do you think Louis is going to be more involved in this season than Lestat was last season?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, I think he was second build here. And the episode still started off with him. So I imagine he would be around. I think the book thing is going to lead to like legal problems and defamation problems and stuff. I think it's going to lead to some like real shit and real confrontations. And I think we're still going to get like a bunch of crazy flashbacks. I feel like all this hodgepodge of memories is not just shot for this episode. I think these are sequences that are pulled from events that we will actually explore in later episodes.
Shout out to that editor. That's a lot of footage. A lot
Yeah.
of stuff. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's an impressive.
Yeah.
That's an impressive
How'd
editing task, and the violence was cool too.
How'd you feel about the? I don't want to brush past the violence, so actually I'll save my question.
No, it's okay. Would you want to ask?
How did you feel about the reveal of who he was texting at the end? When he's like, not much of a reveal.
I don't remember. Who am I supposed to know who that is?
No, I don't think so. Like you, we saw her in the flashbacks. I mean, we saw like little bits, but they said something mother. You and I both were like, ugh. Then we're like, no, that's probably not what that means. But
yeah,
I'm not aware as of this moment of the significance of that person.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
Okay.
But I mean, this is his tale to tell. Like, so we're gonna find out Louis introduced us to new characters, so now Lestat will introduce us to new characters, and he's been such a mystery. And I like that this episode managed to maintain his mystery without spoiling it. It's kind of like watching early days of Tony Stark in some way. You're just watching a dude who's like crumbling and a total narcissist, but he's like, there's some softy underneath there,
He's like, I'm not doing well. It's like, yeah, very clearly. Other prediction question for you, not to beat a dead horse, and I know. Do you think we're going to get any Claudia this season?
No.
You don't even think there's going to be flashbacks to like...
Oh, a flashback? Yeah, I think we'd probably get a flashback at least. I'd be happy if she came back, but I don't think she's going to come back. I'd be happy if she came back, and she'll be probably back in a flashback. I think we're going to recontextualize some moments.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. Like, how much are we going back in, like, it seemed like a lot of the images we saw primarily were from the 2020s, but there were some things that it was like, is that Magnus? Is that like, how far back are we actually going to go? And
there were flashbacks that seemed to be directly alluding that we're going to actually see Magnus.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think there was one that was his origin about being taken. I'm pretty sure we saw a visual of exactly that scene when he was
being
taken.
Dragged. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I thought it was great, and it's also like fucking hilarious.
It's so funny.
It's so funny,
nice, especially after Louis' seasons, which is like he is so like dark and brooding. And with Armand, it was just like I think the greatest ever. But it was like, oh my god, this is so. And this was just like fun, drugs, sex, rock and roll.
But Lestat's POV would be that way.
Yes, of course. That's why it's amazing.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as like super. I'm sure we'll get somber and serious moments, but I feel like for an introduction for like what feels like a pilot for a new series, I thought it excelled so well.
What do you think about the new intro? And what do you think about the actual songs?
Yeah, I mean, I think the intro is great. I think it embodies the spirit. I think the episode actually mirrors what the intro's vibe is. Sometimes you get a really cool intro, and then the episodes of television don't actually mirror the intro.
Agreed.
And I think like the hypnotic vibrancy of it does, and manicness and editing flourishes do carry through. And the songs are cool when I'm listening, like when I'm really getting the lyrics, you know? That's when I really, like, I don't know if they're like the exact songs I would just personally listen to, but in terms of lyrics that complement storytelling, I enjoy. Are these songs you'd actually just listen to?
Kind of.
Yeah.
It not in the same way that when we finished Has Been, I was like, get in the car and download these songs.
Yeah.
But I'm a rock girl. I mean, like on this channel. Well, you do too. You like rock too, but I feel like that's my soul. So even hearing the two vampires, the local vampires, being like, that song sucks. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It's telling its truth. But of course, some of the lyrics are a little spot on with like literally blood sucking, coming, whatever. But I kind of dug them. I want to get in the car, download them. I did see that Sam Reid was performing this week, and you could go see him.
Oh yeah, I mean that sounded definitely like it was his voice.
Yeah, for sure. And people were saying the show was amazing. So
yeah,
curious, like, how did he help write any of these songs? You know, I've thought this is the problem with this show. Now that we're in real time with the audience, Greg, I like want to look that up, but I don't want to see any other. I love how protected and insulated you and I have been from the outside world.
Yeah,
not that anybody could spoil, but just like it's nice to experience this very organically and raw. But I am curious about certain things. I did want to look up who that one actor was in the band, who I certainly recognize from somewhere. Let me look.
Curls?
Yeah, the guy with the curls. Oh, what do I even type into IMDb? Vampire Lestat, right?
The Vampire Lestat.
Let's see if I can find it. Oh my god, when you type in the Vampire Lestat, a video from 2011 comes up on IMDb. That's it. You try. No, it's just Interview with the Vampire.
Oh.
It's so weird.
So IMDb has not updated it.
Well, I think because they said like the show formerly known as or whatever.
That's
okay,
just not
Joseph Potter. How do I know you?
Joseph Potter.
No, I definitely know him. What is it from? No, I don't know any of these. Do I know you personally? I'm telling you, that dude looks so familiar. Huh. Wait, Joseph Potter is the guy. Oh, no, that's not him. Wait, oh, no, sorry. It's Noah Reid. I was like, what? Oh, Noah Reid. Same last name. Okay. Oh, from Schitt's Creek. That's fucking Patrick.
No, I think you were thinking of this guy, Seamus Patterson.
Noah Reid.
Oh.
That's him from Schitt's Creek. It's Patrick.
No idea who that is.
No, not him. Go back.
I know, but this is the curly guy.
No, he had short curly hair. Noah Reid from Schitt's Creek. I am so embarrassed right now. I am so humiliated. Those of you guys who are screaming at me, you are so right. You don't understand how much I love this guy on Schitt's Creek. He is Dan. Are you going to watch the show?
No, one day probably, but I won't remember what you say right now.
Okay, he's he is the major love interest. He has the best wedding on television that you've ever seen.
Okay.
He's simply the best. See if you guys catch that reference. The fact that I couldn't clock who that was is fucking shameful. Put me in TV jail and he's going to have a huge role on the show. This guy is a stud.
All right. I'm there with you.
I'm so upset with myself right now.
Dude, that was all great.
That is embarrassing.
You should be. Anyway, guys, what do you think of the Vampire Lestat? We'll be more on top of the other episodes.
I'm embarrassed.
We might get lucky. And so, thanks, Roxy, for being Roxy and for recognizing this guy from Schitt's Creek. Not Seamus Patterson. No, what's his name? Noah Reid.
Noah Reid. That was humiliating, Greg. That was as embarrassed as Armand should be showing up.
Okay.
It was bad.
That was bad. Queen of the Damned. She was Queen of the Damned?
Who was?
This girl.
Sheila
As in the character that Aaliyah played?
I don't know.
Because there's a movie called Queen
Yeah,
of the Damned that
I know.
I've never seen.
Neither
But I
have I.
think that one is also the Anne Rice. That's the Anne Rice world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think Lestat is in that movie. I think this guy's Lestat on the Stuart Townsend.
Wow. I didn't know that.
I know like obscure, I knew like obscure facts, but I've never seen this movie.
Huh.
Wow, this
Should
trailer.
we watch it?
I don't know. This trailer does not look very good. Just these flashes.
For 2002.
This looks corny as hell, but all the kind of right corny I enjoy.
But love Aaliyah.
Damn, this looks like wonderfully corny. It looks
Greg
like an
and
action.
Roxy, watch Queen of the Damned. Leave it in the comments.
like a-
Please forgive me about Schitt's Creek.
It's rated R for vampire violence.
Ooh,
All right, guys. 2002, baby.
we don't have questions for this?
No, we don't. Not today. Not
Good to
today.
know.
But thanks, guys, for being here. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.